Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then hi! Yeah, today I'm making a resin piece with 3 rules. 1, continuous pour. 1, colour family, so you can see there's all blues there. And I'm not allowed to fix it at all. What I am allowed to do is to clean and prep the mould, measure and mix carefully. Yeah. Pour slowly and intentionally. So basically, I pour it very slowly and try not to move it. What I'm not allowed to do is tilt the mould, chase the bubbles with isopropanol or a flame or poke it. So no dragging tools through it. I'm not allowed to add a second layer, and I'm not allowed to sand it or correct later. That bit I'm leaving for you to decide. Excuse me. So yeah, when you see it at the end, you can tell me whether you want to put a sticker on it or sand it, cut off any excesses that I might have, anything like that. So I've got my triangle mould that I got from Jess and J Diction, and I'm using J Diction's 1:1, part A and part B, and I'm just mixing it on my Resiners mixer just to give my hand a break. Now that's all done, and I left it for about 5 minutes just to let it debubble, because I'm not helping the bubbles to disperse. I'm totally leaving it up to the resin. Usually I try and control it, and today I'm just going to see what happens. So I've got blue resin dye from J Diction, I've got the glitter from J Diction, and I'm using a Temu chameleon blue and I can't remember where the Aurora, no, it's not Aurora, yes, it's Aurora powder, but it's a blue shift, I think. So everything's the blue family, and I'm going to do a kind of dirty pour, sort of. At least that's what my head was telling me. So you have to wait and see to see if it works or not. I chose blue because usually I'd go for like a black or a red or a green. I don't use blues very often, but I thought I might as well give it a go. And I did like the ceramic pot I made that I used blue and white with, and I thought maybe it should work, we'll see. And I didn't want to overload it with colours. Besides, I gave myself one rule, one colour. Now, as you can see, I've used it in 3 different ways: a dye, a glitter, a mica powder, 4 different ways, sorry, and an Aurora shift. So we'll see what happens. I've separated my resin into 4 different pots, and I did tip a bit more glitter into that blue one because I thought it was really nice and sparkly, and thought, why not? So I've chosen colours that are basically the same, just to see if you can see a difference. I didn't want to overload it, I just wanted to see how it goes, and I'm mixing it up. This is sped up a little bit, so it does look like I'm mixing like a demon, but I'm not. I'm doing it quite slowly, trying to be very careful not to put any bubbles in it. And this blue, oh my days, I love this blue. I mean, I keep showing you, I think. It's such a nice blue, such a like a midnight blue. It's just so shimmery, it's pretty. And I do wonder if I should have poured each one separately. I don't know. And the resin dye, I quite like that one too. They're all very similar in colour, but different. No, that makes no sense. So they're all getting mixed up, and the last one is the clear one is where I'm putting the Aurora powder, and it does look quite nice, and there is just a little hint of blue. Look at that shimmer. It's so pretty. It almost looks lilac as well in the light. It depends where it's been hit. I mean, the sparkle, the shimmer, the luxurious blue. It was just, oh, I couldn't resist. So now I'm gonna go put in the dark, then the light, no, the glitter blue. Do you know, I think I actually get wrong in these orders. I think I do. I'm supposed to be doing it in the same order, but as soon as I put a cup down, I'm forgetting which one it was supposed to be next. I mean, if I'd have just put it in a line, it would have made it a lot easier. But no, why make things easy? I have to complicate things. So yeah, you can see I pause in between because I'm not quite sure which one's supposed to go next. I'm absolutely terrible. My memory is like the shortest thing in the world. So I'm guessing. Every time I pick one up, I'm guessing. Dear. Ah, dear me. I'm absolutely terrible. But you can see it's all layering nicely. I mean, you see more of my hands and my nails at the minute. And yes, I've changed them, and I've put chameleon flakes on them again. It's such a pretty little twinkle. What you see there is the green ones. I've now got blue on. Although it looks green now. I'm trying to fill this cup up as much as I can. And I do not know how much this coaster mould holds. Because I've forgotten. I really should learn to write stuff on things. I managed to do it perfectly with the resin crate. I was quite shocked at that. So now, I'm just getting rid of a hair, and I'm going to pour it. Try and stay in the centre. But you'll notice that my hand starts to waver, because I can see it just flooding, and I'm watching it flood in, and I'm not really taking any notice of what I'm doing. So you can see it slightly coming down and down and down to the bottom of the mould. Look at that. It's so nice. And I'm pouring it in very slowly, letting the mould just fill by itself. No faffing with it. Yeah, look, I'm right down at the bottom of the mould now. I've gone from the centre right down to the bottom. Now, I looked at it and thought, oh, have I filled that in right? Does it need a little bit more? So I do just put a little bit more in. So I kind of failed at the one pour bit. And really, I shouldn't have done that. Now, it looks so shimmery and shiny and just... This is where I have to leave it alone. So, no moving the mould. I failed that one too. Because I have to shift it to get to my other mould that I'm going to use to get rid of the rest of my leftovers. And that's as far as it goes. So I'm going to put the rest of the resin into these little hearts, and I'm just going to randomly chuck the resin in, because this is just an afterthought basically, because I don't want to waste the resin. And I'd forgotten I'd actually got this mould. But it's a cute mould. Don't quite fill them up to the top, which is not a problem because they still look good. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do with them. They could be extras for keyrings or something like that. I don't tend to do keyrings very much. Or I could use them to stick them on things. I don't know. I haven't decided. They'll probably end up going in me don't know what to do with box. So, yeah. Like I said, I'm just putting this in random. There's no reason for it. Now, you can see well, I can see that that resin in the triangle is pushing to one end. You can see it slightly move. And I'm thinking, oh heck, this table's not level, is it? And it does end up pouring over the side. But, like I said, I couldn't do anything with it. I had to leave it alone because that was my rule. Once it's poured, no touching. No flame, no alcohol, no pokey, no nothing. So I had to let it just dribble over the sides. But before I went to bed, it was just on the edge, on the verge of dribbling over. But when I got up the next morning, it was over. It had gone. So it's like, oh, no. But again, not allowed to fix it. So I'm leaving it alone. And we'll leave that for you to decide. But there was enough here to fill all of these that I'd started up. Not the 2 spares, obviously, I don't put notes in there. And I'm sorry if I still sound a bit bungy. And I'm having to stuck on a cough sweet, so if you can hear rattling, I've got a cough sweet in my mouth. It'll be hitting my teeth. And I do faff with these, because I do want the hearts to get the little handles on the top. But this is not the main project. This is just a side quest, so to speak. But it's that Aurora type pad is beautiful in the middle of these. I do like it. I need to use it more. But you know when you've got a small pot of something, is it just me that don't like to use it because it could run out? Is that just a daft thing of me? Oh dear, it probably is, because I don't like to use stickers either, because they're just too pretty to use. And once you've used them, that's it. Can't use them again. Oh, I do like my stickers. So, I'm just finishing off, chucking all the last bits in. And it's just all just gently being pushed into the handles, and then it'll be left to do nothing. I'm not touching that triangle at all. It cannot be touched. Although I want to poke it, and I want to spray it, and I want to move it and squish it, and I can't, because I've told myself the rule is no squishing, no touching, no flaming, no alcohol, and no poking. I'm letting it do what resin does. I'm just leaving it to see how it copes. And as I've never used J. Dixon's resin before, I wanted to see how it did without a heat mat. Oh, I forgot, I don't use a heat mat either. I just leave it overnight. Now usually I use a heat mat. So I just wanted to see how it copes, not being faffed with and just left to do its due. And you'll be quite surprised. You really will. So I'm just finishing off these last little bits. I mean, I could have made this faster, but, well, I'm learning to slow down. I'm trying to slow down. So I'm trying to relax about things and just go with the go. Go with the flow, sorry, not go with the go. So these I swirl. I don't think it makes much of a difference when I unload them. I mean demold them. But if I'd have done it when they were thicker, maybe it would have been different. But again, these are just side quest. These aren't important. These are just so I don't waste. So I've got to leave it, but look. I was quite pleased that when I picked it up, it just came off. So that won't get wasted. That'll go in my trash box and be able to chuck it into other pieces. It won't be wasted. But can you see that shimmer? Oh, it's gorgeous. And because it's still bendy, I could bend it into a funny shape if I wanted to. But I thought, no, I'll just chop it up in a bit and just stick it in my trash box. So I'm going to demould me hearts. And like I said, I don't think the twizzling around made any difference whatsoever. These are still bendy as well. And they are pretty though. And you can see the difference in them in the way I put the resin in. But you can't see any twirls. But like I said, I quite like them. The colour's nice. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Oh look, I can count. So, I'm not going to be sanding this. I'm not going to be putting a sticker on it. There's going to be no top layer. There's not going to be any trimming, because that was the rules. So I'm going to leave it to you. I have overpull. Do I cut it off? The most important thing is though, is there any bubbles? Now you can see it's still bendy. That's because I'm impatient and didn't bother to wait too long. I just, like overnight, well I say overnight, I didn't go to bed till about 3 o'clock in the morning, so it was a few hours really. And I demoulded it. The bottom didn't have any bubbles in it. That surprised me. Not one. And no pitting. No nothing, but oh, just look at that sparkle. And there is not one bubble around the edge. Now normally you could spot the odd one or two. Nothing. Not a bubble in sight. It is stunning. And you hold this up to the light, the sparkle, you can see straight through it. It's lovely. Did it do what I wanted it to do? Not at all. In my head it was going to be swirled and stuff inside. Maybe if I'd used different colours, then yeah. But I was going to use one colour. So what do? Do I put a sticker on it? Do I trim it? Do I put a top layer on it? What would you like? Do I paint it? Your ideas completely. You let me know what I should do with this tray. And thank you for watching. And I shall see you all later. Thank you for being here and being here to the end. You're awesome sauce. Thank you to my members and my subscribers and everybody that supports me. You're brilliant. Bye bye.